Human trafficking is defined as the sale, transport, and profit of human beings who are forced to work for others. There are over 6.8 billion people in this world today. 30 million of those are trapped in some form of slavery. If you do the math, that's 1 in every 289 people. If you look on your Facebook page, I'm sure that you have more than 289 friends. 800,000 women and children are trafficked over international borders every year. The two sides of the issue are whether we should prosecute the prostitute or prosecute the John, the person buying the prostitute. Some would say prosecute the prostitute. She's making the decision to enter into this livelihood and this business. But a lot of the times, that's not true. A lot of the time, they're kidnapped off the streets and forced into this prostitution. It's not a choice that they make. By prosecuting these prostitutes, we are just hurting them even more than they're already being hurt. Others would say sentence and prosecute the Johns. They are the ones making the decision to do the illegal act. According to the Not For Sale campaign website, in 1999, the Swedish government became the first in the world to prosecute the buyers of sex, the John, while legally treating the women as a victim. The Swedish government also established a comprehensive outreach program that encourages sex workers to change their livelihood. The maximum sentence in Sweden for a convicted John is 6 months in prison. In the first 5 years following the passage of the law, about 750 men had been charged, and 2/3 were sentenced. As a result, street prostitution in Sweden has dropped dramatically, as has the influx of women trafficked. I feel that both need to have some form of rehabilitation and education. In the United States, all states except for Nevada criminalize prostitution and hold all parties liable for prosecution: the prostitutes, the customers, the traffickers, and the commercial exploiters. In actual application, the U.S. public justice system has addressed the supply part of the equation much more aggressively than the demand side of the equation, which is the Johns. Both parties need to be entered into some form of rehabilitation and education. The Johns need to go through a class similar to one that's happening in New York called a John class. Once they are arrested, they need to go through a course that teaches them about human trafficking and that the prostitutions that they're buying aren't doing it for just kicks and giggles. They're not doing it for money. A lot of the time they're being forced into it. At the same time, we need to set up a system where we rehabilitate the prostitutes, get them back into society, and teach them like a lifestyle that's better than the one that they've been going through. Most of the time, these women have been mentally and physically harmed, causing lifelong scars that are going to affect their way of life. The rehabilitation into society is a key part to fixing this. In conclusion, the common ground on this issue is finding a way to rehabilitate both parties.